right away. You are welcome to this session. We'll be discussing on digital assets. And first of all, the structure around this is so first of all, the structure around this is we'll have a conversation, a presentation on what digital assets are all about. Then we get into the conversations, right? Um, this is put together by Kingdom Giants platform. And what we'll be discussing about this night is digital assets. By the way, I'll be a moderator. My name is Greg Ikwe, and I am the team lead for Kingdom Giants community. And we'll be talking and touching on various digital assets and seeing how we can use them to our advantage and how we can approach them correctly. We'll be looking at various data and we'll just be having a conversation just to make sure we are all on track. Currently, digital assets is the wave of the moment, and I trust that it's going to be a great session for us all. So the objectives of this session is to understand what digital assets are, the various forms of digital assets, how to use them to our advantage, the pros and the cons of some digital assets. So first of all, who are we? Kingdom Giants is a community of kingdom-minded people committed to take charge of the spheres they are called into as faithful stewards. We support people within the community to excellence to dominate their spheres of influence for the sake of kingdom advancement. Our vision is to build a community of kingdom-minded people of influence and affluence across all spheres. Right on your screen, you can see our core values and our mandate. So when we talk about sphere of influence, there are basically 7 spheres of influence that influence the entire mankind. First office is up top there, which is religion or the church. You have the business mountain, the government, the education, media, arts and entertainment, and family. So basically, these 7 spheres of influence influences mankind. So let's get right into it without wasting much time. The presentation will not be too long because we want to focus a little bit more on the conversation. So what exactly is a digital asset? A digital asset is anything that exists in a format and comes with the right to use. To further explain this, we can separate them. Digital is something in electronic form. Asset, something that has the potential to appreciate in value, can produce positive economic value, or anything of value or a resource of value that can be converted into cash. So putting it together, any electronic thing that can be converted into cash, we can refer to that as digital asset. So we have some commonly known kind of digital assets, email accounts, social media accounts. So I'll just explain briefly on them: apps, images, websites, electronic books, digital music, digital stocks, digital currency. So your Facebook page or group can become a digital asset. Your LinkedIn page can be a digital asset, depending on how you structure it. Your Instagram page can be a digital asset. Your YouTube page can also be a digital asset. There are online communities that currently operate. These are digital assets also. There are websites, electronic books, digital stock. So there are a lot of them. the list is not exhaustive. I just there are about 7 here. But for this presentation tonight, we are going to talk a little bit more on what is the wave of the moment, which is digital currencies or cryptocurrency, as it were. So moving forward, when you talk about digital assets, we also have digital estates. Just like you can have an estate physically known is a combination of several houses put within a unit. You can also have digital estates, which are different assets put together, well structured and managed in a way that they bring returns, right? There are a lot of people that through their YouTube channels generate resources monthly. That is an asset to them. So all they need to keep doing is to make sure they service that asset in terms of content. There are a lot of people through their Facebook pages, either for their personal brand or their businesses or whatsoever, that particular asset brings them economic value every month. So you can also have this estate structured, filled up with different digital assets. So I'll just share some prominent examples of digital assets. I'm sure a lot of us know about Dr. Sam Adeyemi, who is a leadership expert. He has a lot of digital assets in terms of books, his social media pages, web pages, where he has structured things in such a way that he's seen as a leader. Executives from the religious spheres, government spheres, business spheres, they come to him and they benefit from his digital assets. We have persons like Dr. Dipo Awojide, who is a career and education expert. He's the founder of BTDT Hub. We have Aproko Doctor. He's a very popular figure on Twitter, and he does a lot of things, jokes, tips on health and wellness, and he has built his digital asset around that niche. We have people like Patrick Ben David, who is in the US, he is into insurance, and he has a digital asset called Valuetainment. It's a YouTube page with almost 3 million subscribers currently. So that is his digital asset. We have people in like musicians like Sinach in Nigeria who have digital assets in terms of their music that people go and purchase. So these are just a few examples. There are a lot of examples of prominent digital assets, and personally, you can structure your digital assets in such a way to bring economic value to you. So we will be focusing specifically on the wave of the moment, which a lot of people have been talking about, which is cryptocurrency. So um, from onset, we had the what we call the barter system, which is a system of exchange. You have, for example, you have something and you bring to exchange with somebody to get what that person has. So, for example, in the olden days where they had agricultural produces, somebody had yam and he brings his yam, the quantity that can exchange with somebody that had a goat. You understand? So that was the medium of exchange, right? From that time, money moved to what is known as cowrie shells. So people use cowrie shells to purchase. It moved to minted coins. These coins that were, I think they are out of vogue now, most especially in this part of the world. From that time, it moved also to banknotes, which is the paper fiat currency we have currently, that we have. It moved also to a digital form where we have things like ATM cards. So from that time, there's also a transition that is taking place. We started having digital currencies from the year 2009 when Bitcoin came into the scene, and a lot of people spoke against it. This is not going to last. It does not have value. It does not have use. And all manner of conversations were literally going around Bitcoin. A lot of big names in the industry, they didn't want to associate themselves at all with anything that had to do with Bitcoin. But Bitcoin rose, Bitcoin fell, Bitcoin still rose again. And a lot of people, authorities within the financial space, they are tough to convince actually. So they gave Bitcoin 10 years. They say, let's give this particular idea called Bitcoin 10 years. Let's see what exactly happens with this particular asset class, right? So from 2009 down to 2019, a lot of corporations, people of influence were watching this particular asset class to see, okay, what exactly is going to happen to this asset class. There were a lot of talks it's going to go down, it went down, it came back up, quite volatile. So as at 2019, 2020, Bitcoin began to have some measure of acceptance. So first of all, let's dive into it. What exactly is cryptocurrency? Cryptocurrency is a digital money created from a code, and it's a virtual currency that is secured by cryptograph, which makes it nearly impossible to counterfeit or double spend. And most holdings in this particular asset class called cryptocurrency are largely anonymous. You may not necessarily know who exactly is holding what, right? I think later on we'll talk about the pros and the cons of it, but we'll just dive into it and understand the entire dynamics around this for it. So we have these cryptocurrencies. They are structured into various categories. We have the established coins, which is the Bitcoin, the Ethereum. We have the stable coins. They have their value pegged to $1. So whatsoever happens, they never go above or below $1. And we have coins like USDT, BUSD, USDC there. We have altcoins or alternative coins, which are other coins that developed after Bitcoin and Ethereum came up earlier. Then we have what we call exchange coins. They are exchanges which people go on to either buy or sell all these cryptocurrencies. So they have their own coins that is used as transaction fees. Then we have what is called popularly known as shit coins, which are new projects that don't have any reasonable value yet, are largely established, and a lot of people decide to take risk on them, hoping that they will grow one day to be as big as Bitcoin is today. So how common is the use of this crypto asset? This is a little data on this. In 2020, Nigeria was the country that was most involved in Bitcoin transaction with about 32% involvement. We had Vietnam with 21%, South Africa 17%, Turkey, Peru, Spain, China, US, Germany, Japan. So these were the distributions on the usage of this asset class in 2020. So from 2019, from 2020 particularly, a lot of big organizations saw that, okay, this particular asset class have done 10 years. This particular asset class have done 10 years, and how do we tap into this thing for the next decade, right? So we had a lot of large organizations coming. Square, there's a third organization you see here. Square is the company that owns Twitter, and they invested quite some amount of money into, you can look at it, about 53 million US dollars. That is in 2020. So a lot of organizations came in. Tesla went in. The richest family in the world right now, known as the Rothschilds family. You can do a little bit of research on them. They also came in, I think they put in about 1.4 billion worth of crypto investments, right? So a lot of top names in the industry started getting involved in this particular asset class, and it is still growing. So, and now right now, the whole media and everyone, they are shouting about this particular asset class everywhere, talking about cryptocurrency, which was one of the things that spurred this conversation. All right, let's talk about this. Let's see what exactly. So averagely, a cryptocurrency runs through certain cycles. You can see on your screen, particularly, there's the beginning phase, which is hope. It starts running, it gets to an optimism phase, belief phase, thrill phase, euphoria phase, then it starts dropping. So it keeps doing this cycle, right? So while we move forward, I will try and point out where we are currently in this cycle. As much as there's a lot of talk about cryptocurrency, the asset will not just perpetually keep going up. It is going to go up, it's going to come down. There's something called the bull run. The bull run happens once every 4 years. That means perpetually a particular asset class keeps appreciating in value continuously as if it is not going to stop. So we had the last bull run in 2017. 2016 stroke 2017, and there's another bull run we have entered into currently. I think it started around January, February of 2021, right? So this is like the entire circle of movement in terms of this asset class. So you can look at your screen right now. We have taken off to a particular point. If you ask me, where are we in this particular run of this entire cryptocurrency right now? It has gone public that a lot of people know about it. If you ask me, we are around the enthusiasm stage here. You can see your screen, the enthusiasm stage. At this point, people will become greedy, right? And they will take unreasonable risk. They will enter into a level of delusion, thinking it is impossible for this thing to ever go down. And then they will get to a point of new paradigm, that is, they've gotten to the peak. And all of a sudden, this asset will enter into a circle of decline because, as I said earlier, this is a bull run. This is a bull run, right? So it will run up to this top and it's going to drop very, very fast and severely. So in this run that is happening currently, it is those that can get out at the delusion or the new paradigm phase, those that have already gotten in or are getting in now and can get out at any point around here that are safe. Any point beyond this new paradigm point, which you cannot exactly pinpoint the time, is going to be very fatal, right? So basically, this is the circle of movement for this particular asset class. So this is some further data from 2011 down to 2021, which is about 10 years worth of data. So averagely in January, this is the performance of Bitcoin for the past 11 years, February, March. And this is what happens in the whole crypto market. What happens is that Bitcoin runs first, Ethereum follows, the altcoin, alternative coins now follows after these two have already made their move. So if Bitcoin falls, Ethereum will follow, then the altcoins or all other coins. So Bitcoin is normally the leader of the entire gang, if I can put it that way. So April is usually a good month in the past 10 to 11 years for this particular asset class. And if you read the news, I think it moves from around 45, it's around almost $60 for $60,000 for each Bitcoin at the moment. So May, if you look at May also, it is likely going to be a good time. Going forward, like I said, you cannot pinpoint when exactly the this particular market is going to drop. You cannot say, okay, this is the point that, so it is something that you enter understanding that you are taking calculated risk and you are putting on ground what you can afford to lose. So this whole cryptocurrency stuff that is going on now, what are some of the platforms that some of these so-called coins can be accessed? Binance, which is currently the world's largest cryptocurrency exchange and the most credible in the world, is one of them. Then we have wallets where you can keep your tokens and your coins. We have Trust Wallet, Token Pocket, SafePal. Then we have swaps where you can exchange these assets. Probably you have Bitcoin and you want to change it to Ethereum or something else. So what exactly are the pros and the cons of this particular asset class? The advantages or the pro ability to make quick gains. We are currently in a bull season. It's easy to make gains. Protection against currency debasement. Inflation does not affect cryptocurrencies. There's growing acceptance and usage. There's limited supply of certain cryptocurrency. For example, Bitcoin has a total supply of 21 million Bitcoin in the entire world. And about almost 8 billion people will be struggling to cut a pie out of that 21 million Bitcoin that exists currently in the entire world. So another advantage we are is fast transactions. Transactions happen very fast. And transactions are quite, you can see, they are quite transparent in the sense that you can see the transaction that happened, but the person that made that transaction, you cannot know. Then what are the disadvantages of cryptocurrency assets? There's you are exposed to lose money very quickly. Some projects can fail, wiping out your funds suddenly. Cryptocurrency, they are not accepted everywhere. Like, for example, recently in Nigeria, the central bank came and banned all companies doing anything with regards to cryptocurrency, while several parts of the world are trying to embrace this new development. So it's highly volatile in nature. What it means to be volatile is it can swing up and it can also swing down within a very, 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 very short time frame. So there's unlimited supply of general cryptos. That means there are a lot of cryptos that they have 1 trillion of them available, and transactions are mostly on reversible, non-reversible. What that means is once you send something out, unless the person sends it back, you cannot go to a system and say, okay, reverse this my transaction for me. So I will just drop back to this particular circle. So there's a lot of talk. A lot of people are like, okay, I am missing out. Bitcoin is 60,000 US dollars. People are jumping in. People are talking about this. People are talking about that. So first of all, you must understand, particularly before you get into anything, you must particularly understand how that thing works. You cannot just dive in because everybody are diving into a particular asset class. Like I explained, a lot of big names in the industry waited 10 years to look at this thing to see how does it work before they committed a dime into it, right? So you have to also understand that the whole optimism, the whole social media hype and all that, it is not enough push to jump in. Don't, this person is buying this and that is why you are buying it. It is not the best approach. There's a circle that is going on. Understand where we currently are in this circle. And before you think about getting in, plan your exit. You can see this circle, the rally is real, time to get fully invested. Like I explained, we are somewhere around these beliefs. Then people get into this thrill stage, they start feeling they are genius, they can do anything, and all of a sudden it starts dropping. So it's an opportunity to make some reasonable um, money globally, because this asset class is a global asset that you can literally play at a global scene. The same kind of resources that anybody anywhere around the world can make, you also from anywhere around the world you are in, if you understand how this works, you can also. So an intelligent way to get in is to get in gradually, put in a little funds, understand how it works, give it a little time, then you can understand how you can commit funds that you can afford to lose into it. We have put all this data together, not to say that you should get into this by all means, but just to present two sides of the equation for you to look through and make your informed decision. So um, from this point, thank you all for listening. I will now shift this so that we will just have conversations around this. We'll take some questions and we'll rub minds and see how we can move forward from here, right? All right, so you can unmute your mic if you have any question or any inputs. I think I just activated the option. You can unmute your microphone if you have any question with regards what we just spoke about, so that we can address it.